The following video was recorded on location in my state-of-the-art office in the corner of my first floor apartment. If you like what you're about to hear, please like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell in the upper right corner.
Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
Hey, fine. Sorry, you couldn't hear me before, I think. It was kind of weird. Strange. I don't know what happened. Sorry about that.
Oh, not a problem. Well, thank you for taking the time to do this interview.
Gladly. Thanks for your time.
Oh, absolutely. I've been wanting to get this interview ever since I discovered you guys late last year, and it's an honor to be able to help promote everything that's going on with Zeal and Ardor.
Well, thanks for that.
Oh, not a problem. Well, of course, Devil is Fine has been out for a few months now, and with you guys being such an up-and-coming band, what has been the reaction since the release has come out?
We haven't been playing live prior to the release, so we didn't really know what people were thinking of us or about us until we actually got on stage. And it's been really nice. Super welcoming, especially in the light of metal being very protective of its scene and black metal even more. It was kind of surprisingly warm and kind of nice, yeah.
And with that, for anyone that may not be familiar with what you guys do, how did this whole concept of the band come to be?
It was actually an online thing on a website called 4chan, which I don't really recommend you visit. I would ask people, I would bore them to name two different music genres, and I'd try to make a song of them in like 30 minutes or so. And one day some guy said, call it black music, and another guy said black metal. And the idea was kind of interesting, and I stuck to it.
Yeah, and I love the whole concept behind it, and I love the direction that you're going with it, with incorporating the African-American music with the way of thinking about worshiping the devil rather than going towards Christianity. I mean, especially living in America and knowing the history of how things happened, I mean, it's such a cool concept to think about.
Yeah, it's just so weird. I mean, if you think about, the American spirituals, it was music they made for themselves, like very personal and basically in their spare time. So it always struck me as odd that they would incorporate, the religion of their masters. It's kind of bizarre when you think about it.
Oh, very bizarre. And it's amazing because from that, rock music was inspired and all the way through black metal. So in a way, it's paying homage with two very different, distinct styles.
It's kind of coming full circle now.
Oh, definitely. So when you got these two suggestions to make them together, how long did it take you until you thought that you had the right formula for writing songs in this style?
I still don't think I have the right formula for doing that. I think it's very much a process of trying stuff out and listening to what works and listening to what's actually terrible. It took me like the better half of a year to actually have something decent sounding. Yeah, there were really some brilliantly shitty ideas in the first couple of months.
Well, I can definitely say with all the songs that were released for Devil is Fine, I mean, I love all 25 minutes. I mean, everything just flows so naturally together to me. I mean, there's so many different concepts that are being thrown around there, different styles of black metal. I mean, it's so cool to see it work out so well in such an interesting style, and now I imagine with more of a grasp on what's going on, I would imagine future releases would be even more concise.
Well, I'll try to make them more so, but, I think it was also very much a fluke in that I didn't really care about people listening to it. In fact, I didn't really think that anyone would notice it, and now I think a huge part of it was still having an audience in mind and just kind of making music for myself. So we'll see how that pans out now that people are actually listening to it, and I feel some modicum of pressure. So, yeah, it'll be different.
Yeah, and that's going to be a strange feeling as well, because when you were writing this music just for yourself and it's taken off enough to have you be playing so many shows that are going to be coming up here within the year, I mean, it's great to see that this could take off in such a big way.
Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy about it, I'm not going to lie. But it also goes to show how much, luck is a factor. And if you're part of some weird hype, it can elevate you to like weird places. And I'm also very aware that can be taken away very quickly. So I'm just kind of happy to be where I am right now. I'm not trying to, milk it or anything.
And with that, I mean, the fact that it has taken off enough to be able to play live shows, when you first got booked to be able to start doing live shows, was it a struggle at all to think that these songs would work out live, or did it feel natural after a while?
At first it was bizarre because it was like a one-man thing, and this guy, Walter from Roadburn, asked if I would play there, and I thought, it'd be a pretty bad show if I just turned up with a laptop and pressed play or something. So I kind of had to fumble and ask my friends if they want to join, and it worked out brilliantly. I'm really happy about it, but at the time it was kind of scary, yeah.
Without having the chance to be able to see any of the live material yet, how did you know what direction that you wanted things to go when it comes to having a full band?
I was only certain of, I was very, very adamant about having backing singers, because I think that was a really integral part of the music itself. Other than that, I just kind of tried stuff out, and I'm really lucky to have friends who are such capable musicians, and they actually really dove into the material and gave it kind of new life. But it's not really a concept thing. It was less thought out than it was just trying stuff out.
And how long did that take with having the formation of a band? How long did it take until the songs started feeling natural and good enough to be able to play live?
Dude, we were actually unsure if they sounded like anything prior to having our first gig, but apparently it works out. People think it's better than the recordings, which I am very glad to hear. But we were kind of swimming. We didn't know if it would work out or if we're just wasting our time. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, it's one of those concepts that could either sound amazing on paper to be able to play that live, or it could turn into such a mess. But I'm glad to see. I'm glad to see from everything that's going on, and the fact that you are able to book so many shows, that it is good enough to be able to play live and get stronger with every show.
Yeah, it's definitely an opportunity that we're not second guessing it, because that's just kind of wasting time, and we're just kind of honing our skills and trying to perfect this weird thing that we have going.
So with Devil is Fine, the whole release just being clocked in at 25 minutes, are you guys just focusing on that release?
Oh no, that would be a shitty show. We have like nine or so new songs that we play live. They're actually pretty good. I do say so myself. People seem to like them. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, it, especially with the 25-minute release, unless you're just doing opening stuff, it's good to have that much more material prepared.
Yeah, and basically, like, these people who booked us, especially in the beginning, they were throwing a whole lot of trust our way, because we haven't played one live show. We've been booked for these pretty great festivals, and in all honesty, we could have sucked, and so it was kind of a reason for us, or giving us drive to actually become good, or at least deliver some sort of interesting live experience.
And with that, you mentioned before that the crowd has responded to saying that the songs are sounding better than they do in the recorded format so far. Has that inspired you at all for upcoming songwriting?
Yeah, I'm pretty much writing for the formation how it is now, because these are just my friends, and I'd be really stupid to just to let them go, because it's fun. If nothing else, it's really fun to have these people around you, and we sound good together. So yeah.
Bringing things back again to the formation of the band, getting the suggestions of putting two opposing styles together to create new music. Are you still going to be going in that direction and trying to find new styles of music to write, or are you more focused on Zeal and Ardor?
I'm still very much fond of experimenting, because I get easily bored, and if I paint myself in a corner and I'd be stuck doing exactly this form of song, I don't think I could make anything genuinely interesting. And I think people really, really smell bullshit, and if I just kind of phone in or half-ass some songs, it's not going to be fun for anyone. So I'd rather keep it fresh and maybe potentially weird out some people than go stale. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to do that experimentation. If you weren't a part of that in the first place, Zeal and Ardor would not have been a project that would ever have started. Just like the idea of adding those two things, it's never really come to fruition before this project in such a way. So it's great to see that experimentation is still going to be going on with you.
Yeah, I think, apart from it being super fun, I don't think it will be really, progress. I think it'd be lazy just to kind of say, okay, this is it. This is going to be the next 20 songs. Buckle up. No. I don't know.
Over here in America, you're going to be playing some really cool festivals and shows coming up later in the summer. That's going to be a really cool feeling to be able to play as Zeal and Ardor with doing some really cool North American shows.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, just Psycho Fest, to say the least. I mean, I know the festival, but I never really looked at the lineup prior to us being invited there. And, I basically shit my pants because it's incredible. I don't know. I mean, even if you're not even into doom or, like, stoner metal or stoner rock, it's a wicked lineup.
Oh yeah, there's such amazing bands playing there. I mean, like King Diamond of all people is going to be doing some headlining on.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah, that is just so cool. I mean, it's great to see a festival like that with such an open mind to be able to have all these different forms of metal in one festival and really showing off a band like yourselves, because I know in America it's still very underground for you guys here, but once you really start getting that exposure here in America, you're going to be opening people up to a brand new concept like this. I mean, like, not everyone that's going there for, like, the doom and stuff like that is going to expect what they're hearing from you with Zeal and Ardor.
Yeah, I mean, I think I need to also mention that we're playing, like, at noon, so I don't know if people will actually witness us. And, I can't actually blame them for that. But I guess it will be a nice mix. Well, I mean, I'm just looking forward to it. Even if no one shows up, we can actually play that nice stage and just like check out the other bands. That's a great day.
Oh, very much.
Yeah, Swans are playing. Exactly.
Oh, definitely.
It'll be amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also in Europe, I hadn't realized this until just a couple weeks back that you're going to be opening for Prophets of Rage for a couple shows over in Europe.
Yeah, that's going to be crazy. He's been playing maybe like 500 people venues. I mean, like the biggest one we played was 800 people, and they're like playing arenas for 10,000. And we're just basically in a constant state of like super anxiety and super excitement. And I mean, apart from the fact that we're going to meet Tom Morello and the gang, we're just kind of buzzy and afraid and excited.
So with that, I mean, was it like Tom Morello who discovered you guys and asked to open, or how did that come to be? Yeah,
it actually was him, because he kind of tweeted about the band once, which also made me let out like a girly squeak of delight. And so, I think my publicist also kind of works with him, and I guess he's really into the band, and I don't know. I'm not going to second guess it, just try to do the best. But I'm definitely excited about that.
Yeah, I was wondering if it was Tom, because I know that he's very divulged into different styles of metal and other music. So, I mean, it's really cool that he was able to discover you guys and liked you guys enough to be able to do some shows over in Europe. I mean, the fact that you guys are going from, like, playing these a couple hundred-sized venues to playing arenas this summer, I mean, that's just going to make things hopefully just take off for the best.
Oh, let's hope so. And even if not, listen, if this is just what it is, and these are like these 15 minutes that we have, these are great 15 minutes. And if it doesn't even continue on, I think I'd be very happy. That's a very easy thing to say, but I'm going to stand by it.
And, you know, that actually does bring up a good point. I mean, you only want to make music as long as you're inspired to make that music, because once you just start making the music just to make music and there's no inspiration behind it, then the whole focus of writing music loses its point.
Exactly. I think music is, in the end of the day, it's entertainment. And if the guy actually writing it is not even entertained, you can't expect anyone else to be involved with it. So, just follow the fun, as stupid as that sounds.
So with that, I mean, with all these great shows that are going on, I mean, you guys just constantly getting better and better with live shows, making some cool dates here in America, opening for Prophets of Rage. I mean, it's awesome to see everything that's going on right now. And with this kind of project, with everything that's happened, I'm really happy to see that this is picked up in the way that it has. So with the touring cycle is done, wrapping up towards the end of the year, is there any other plans that are lined up, or is that still in the works?
Well, seeing as we already have a bunch of new songs, and I definitely want to make a second album. We are going to go into pre-production in fall, and going to record the new album come, I think, early 2018. I don't know when it's going to be out, but yeah, we're very, very much lining up the ducks to record something new.
Oh, very cool. And of course, you were talking before about making sure that the songs are still experimental and creative. Is it too early to say any of the styles that are being represented for the next release?
There's so much material. I still have a bunch of demos, and I haven't really decided on what I want to put in there. Because I have this disease that when I make something new, I think it's the best thing I've ever done. And 2 months later, I actually realize how horrible it is. So I think I need to have a safe distance to the material, try to be able to say what's going to land on the record and whatnot. But there's going to be some of the not classical, but the expected mashup styles, and also some new things. That's for sure.
Oh, very cool. So with that in mind, with that songwriting process, which I know a lot of musicians go with when they're writing music, recording, and then looking back on it, how do you look back at Devil Is Fine?
I see it as, I'm happy about it and happy with it, but I see it as very much an experimental phase, and I see a lot of room for improvement, which is a good thing because I still have, the ambition to work on it. I've heard these songs to death, and I've played them a bunch of times live, and it's hard to actually gain distance to it and look at it objectively. By now, it's just it's kind of like breathing. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to see that there are areas to improve upon, because if your very first major release is the best thing that that you'll ever do with a project, then there's really no need to go forward with it because you've already done the best material you could. So I'm glad to see that the inspiration is there.
Yeah, that would be super sad. If you release something and you realize, okay, this is it, there's really no reason to go any further. Yeah, you're right.
Well, awesome. Well, again, thank you so very much for taking the time to talk to me about everything that's going on with Zeal and Ardor. I'm so happy for the success of what's going on here, because you just never... Oh, not a problem. Just because you never know what's going to happen when you do this kind of mashup and experimenting with music. I'm glad to see how much it's taken off, the reception that you guys are getting, the huge praise that you're getting from the likes of Tom Morello, getting to play with bands like King Diamond here in America, and brand new material that would hopefully be coming out in 2018, or at least start the recording process next year. I'm just so happy to see everything that's going on with this band, and you guys deserve all the success and praise that you guys are getting so far.
Thank you so much. This is an absolute treat, by the way.